So it's 6 in the morning and I'm sitting in a small cafe in Berlin. Empty streets, quiet. It was just me, my coffee, and the sound of garbage collectors outside. And I remember thinking, wow, this is what starting over at 45 looks like. But here's the strange thing. Right in the middle of that breakdown, something shifted. I realized sadness isn't my enemy. It's more like a guide or a doorway to something new. Maybe you felt that too. That moment where life forces you to face something you've been avoiding. For me, it's happened a few times. When I got fired from 2 sales jobs in a row, I felt like a total failure. When I lost someone I really cared about after moving to Berlin, and more recently when my wife and I separated after almost 10 years together. One night I sat down and calculated what divorce might actually mean, and the next morning it just hit me hard. I called the Tony Robbins app AI, and honestly within minutes I just broke down crying. Not because I wanted to, but because something inside me finally let go. That moment was raw, but it was also the start of healing. Tears kept coming, but then something changed. It was like the ocean inside me finally went still. That sadness didn't disappear, but it stopped drowning me. I felt calm, peaceful, and I thought maybe this ending is actually the beginning of something new. Here's what I've come to realize. Sadness usually shows up when we lose something important. A person, a dream, maybe even a version of ourselves. It's our mind's way of saying, hey, slow down, something important just happened. But most of us do the opposite, right? We push it away, we stay busy, we distract ourselves. And the more we resist it, the louder it gets. Because emotions that aren't felt don't disappear, they wait. People with strong emotional intelligence spot sadness early. They see it as a message, not a malfunction. They ask themselves questions like, what is this sadness trying to tell me? Where am I still holding on? Or what do I need to accept or let go of? And when you start asking those questions, sadness starts to change. It shifts from pain into fuel for change. That's when I realized the goal isn't to get rid of sadness. It's to use it consciously as energy to move forward. So here are 4 lessons that completely changed how I deal with sadness. Lesson 1, spot it early. Sadness doesn't always look like tears. Sometimes it shows up as tiredness, irritation, or a numb feeling. When you notice yourself feeling off, pause for a second and ask, what's really going on inside me? The sooner you notice it, the faster you can listen to what it's trying to tell you. Lesson 2, don't fight it, feel it. Sadness loses its grip the moment you stop resisting it. Cry if you need to, sit in silence, go for a walk. Let it move through you instead of pushing it down. That's how the inner ocean settles. I wish I'd learned the next 2 lessons earlier. They would have saved me months of suffering. Lesson 3, don't escape into distraction. When I used to feel sad, I'd go out, meet friends, find something to do. Anything to avoid being alone with my feelings. I told myself I was staying connected, but really I was just running from the silence. And those nights out didn't heal the pain, they just delayed it. And delayed pain doesn't disappear, it waits. Real relief came when I stopped filling my evenings and just allowed myself to sit with what I was feeling. 4, use it as fuel. Once the storm calms, you start to see what sadness came to teach you. Maybe it's about slowing down. Maybe it's about letting go or rebuilding from a deeper place. And that clarity, you can use it as energy to move forward. Like when a ship finally hits calm water and you can actually see where you're heading again. Sadness isn't an obstacle, it's an opening. When you stop fighting it, the storm calms and the ocean becomes still again. And in that stillness, you start to see something new on the horizon. So next time sadness shows up, don't rush to escape it. Sit with it, listen, let it move through you. Because on the other side of sadness is wisdom, peace, and quiet strength. And if you're in that place right now, where you're slowly finding your way back to lightness and joy, I've already shared how joy actually rebuilt my life after my business nearly destroyed it. You can check out that video next. Maybe it'll remind you that joy isn't something we chase. It's something that returns once we make peace with where we are. Thank you for taking the time with me to build a rich and meaningful life together.